shaking, beloved?
What's good?
Ain't nothing. Drinking on some nasty coffee.
Coffee?
Relax, release, and release.
You drink coffee now?
I picked up new habits and coffee was one of them.
That replaced your green juice?
Yeah, the other one was being respectful to white people. That's good, though.
Yo. So, what I was about to say. First of all, everybody want to know the situation with your court case and the trial. What's the latest on that so everybody can be up to speed on what's going on with you?
Well, supposedly I'm supposed to start first week in December, hopefully. You know, it's been about 3 years now.
Right.
January, I've been in jail 3 years, so it's like, you know, it's been a long waiting process for this, so, you know, I've been ready for a long time now.
So hopefully it's going to start in December and we're going to get this thing moving.
Yeah, hopefully.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, I've been ready. It's just I've been getting stagnated. They've been, you know, holding the process up.
Yeah, I still can't believe that this is even legal. It's just crazy to me that you could do this.
Yeah, you gotta sit your ass up. That's how this shit go. Everything's a waiting game with this system.
So you at a different facility right now. What's the difference between that one and where you were before, between MCD?
Well, I was in the feds before. This the city. This is basically considered Rikers Island, but the Tombs, this is like the building that's on in Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Yo.
Yeah, it's just city jail.
City jail.
Yeah.
Is it better? Is it worse? Like, what's the situation?
It's better because I guess it's a lot of females here more than in the feds. So,
oh, God.
It's great seeing females and a whole bunch of rotund buttocks running amok around, you know what I mean? So it's a great place, you know what I mean? But as far as everything else, the quality of people here is like, these people are nuts. This shit is like, all I could think about is all the speeches that Mayor de Blasio been making about Rikers Island. I'm like, damn, this nigga might have been right. This shit is crazy.
Oh, my God. Damn.
I really ain't realized niggas ain't had no respect for women till I got here. This lady ain't do nothing. She walked in, as soon as she walked in, the motherfucker said, you stupid bitch, what the fuck you here for? I said, holy shit.
Wow.
I said, this is a whole new atmosphere. I'm not used to this shit.
And there's more women, too?
Yeah, like women basically run the facility.
Damn. And they get talked to like that?
Man, shit. Everybody getting talked to. This shit is ridiculous. As I told you though, it's like it's the quality of the land that you in, and like the like, you know, it's a little different over there in the feds. Dudes do 5K1s. That's when they do cooperation with the government, so they can't really get in trouble during their cooperation agreements. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's so many people over there walking on pins and needles because they're afraid and they just want to get home. Over here is different. They got a lot more leeway over here. You know what I mean? So dudes over here is acting retarded. Like every day you see somebody challenging to fight an officer. I'm like, shit, they ain't doing that shit in the feds. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Niggas ain't crazy.
Hell no.
Damn.
Shit is a little ruthless over here.
You went in the box for a long ass time before you went over there. I was a little, I was salty because I can't never talk to you and I don't understand. I don't even know when you go in the box. Only time I know is because I don't hear from you, because I hear from you all the time.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Nah, but I was in the box because this dude that's there that's like a little enthralled with hip hop. He follows everything that's going on. So, he assumed that I did the podcast that I did with Star Brum over a cell phone. He didn't know that I had just used a couple jail calls and they just engineered it and put it together when they mixed it. So he assumed it, then he found out he was wrong. So then another CO was talking about that Officer Portnoy, was having sex with another captain named White. So it was two dudes. So I asked him about it, and I guess it must have been true because the way he reacted, you know what I mean? They had me in the box because I guess I helped them, like, I don't know, jump out the closet or something.
You fucking up. You fucking niggas closet game
I
up.
just be joking, like, I just like joking. I gotta laugh in. If I don't laugh, I'ma cry. So it's like, let me get my jokes in. Well, I can't joke on you.
So they gonna joke your ass into the fucking box, huh?
Yeah, now they got me in the box under investigation for nothing, just sitting in the box for no reason.
Damn. Well, while you was in the box, there was some news in my area of expertise, and I couldn't wait to ask you your opinion on it, because I know you one of them niggas that really, really, truly fuck with Jay-Z, and you know what I'm saying? I know y'all did business together and everything, but I know you heard about him collaborating with the NFL, right? You heard about all that? What? Give me your true. Don't give me the Brooklyn opinion, my nigga. Like, give me the true opinion how you feel about Jay-Z, and if you think this was just a money move or you really think he's trying to help the community.
Well, at the end of the day, I think any move that Jay makes usually is about, some sort of monetary gain. But at the same time, what got me a little angry with the people and the way they was treating Jay when he did it was nobody waited to even see if it was something else behind it. Now, the reason, I feel like nowadays we got this new culture where everybody just cancels everybody out fast, where they just throw them in the garbage and just forgets about them. And I think that was a moment where people was on some, throw him in the garbage, how could he? But it's like, this is the nigga that been like leading with prison reform in the media and meeting up with these people. So it's like, if you see him do something like that, maybe it's something underneath that's an underlining that we just not seeing yet. Right. We only seeing the surface that he did a deal with them, but we're not seeing the particulars of what this deal is about and what's going to come from it and how it's supposed to help us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just felt it was weird because people was like, he didn't even see if he could get Colin Kaepernick a job. But I'm like, nigga, Colin Kaepernick got his check. He kept it moving. He didn't tell niggas how much he made. You know what I mean?
Well, that came out. It was about,
at the end of the day, I didn't know that was the job. The job was people was fully supporting Colin Kaepernick because he was kneeling. Now, my thing is this. I was more mad at the NFL players that said they was mad at Jay-Z. Because I'm like, how the fuck you mad at Jay-Z and you still playing for them?
Well, you have to, because you're not...
If you that angry, you quit.
No, you're not mad.
You don't like what they dealing with, you quit.
I think that's what the issue is. People think that the players are protesting the NFL. They're not protesting the NFL. They're protesting other things. The NFL is bothered that they're protesting other things. It's kind of like how right now, perfect example, this is like Military Appreciation Month. This country don't give a fuck about the military at all. If that was the case, the veterans would have more benefits. They would be in better positions. They would actually pick up the phone calls on the suicide hotline. It's just a lie. You know what I mean? So I think...
that's one of the lies that America has to tell, and everybody else has to tell a lie along with America, or you get in trouble for it.
Right. Well, that's all that is. Right. So the players...
We know they don't care about the veterans. We see them homeless all up and down Hollywood. We see them all fucked up with signs in the train station and shit like that. But the thing is that's just a lie that they have to keep on so they can keep giving these people who don't have that much opportunities, we're going to put you through college. Go fight for the country. Go fight for the country. Now, granted, listen, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? All I don't understand is that how you can play for the people that you supposedly hate, and then you get mad when somebody does a business deal with them. You know what I mean? Now, granted, this is the same dude that came at the NFL. You know what I mean? They said, fuck the Super Bowl. We don't need you. You need me. Yeah. Now, just like I said, if you look at the record of Jay-Z, like if you look at everything he's done, he's always dissed motherfuckers and then worked with them later.
That is very true, and that's what he does. He diss him,
he works with you later. He works with you on his own terms. But, he's like, all right, listen, I'm gonna slap you upside your head, but this how we gonna work with this later.
But he's not. But it's been now that it's November, and now that we know what he's doing with NFL, now we know that there is absolutely nothing that he's doing that's benefiting our community at all. He's doing
that's the question. Do we know that?
Yes, we do. We do. He can't.
They have all the particulars about the deal out.
Yes. There's nothing else that's going to...
So his deal with them was just pure entertainment. It had nothing to do with anything else?
Well, they're saying that the money he's going to make is going to go towards the black community, basically. And I feel like he could have did that with the players. Like the biggest issue that the players had and the reason they were upset is because Jay-Z said, we're past kneeling. That was the problem, Tax, dead ass. And the reason is because he never asked them anything. He tried to get on a phone call with Kaepernick and just basically tried to give him a heads up that he about to work with NFL. They never had a real nigga discussion about it or anything.
My thing is this, who owed Kaepernick that call?
He don't owe him that. No. He don't owe him that. But what he did owe them is, this is when you say that we're past kneeling, you should at least ask the players why they're still kneeling. He never did that. He never did that.
Who was the players that was kneeling? Wasn't it like 3 people?
No. There was more. There's more players. You just the reason that they don't show it anymore because they don't want people to know that it's still happening. They don't want people to know that there's still a problem. That was another reason that I feel like they went and got Jay-Z to make it like this is over with. It's over. Jay-Z said it's over with. So we don't even care what y'all doing no more. Jay-Z said it's over with, so it's over with. And I don't think that there's any problem with Jay-Z working with them.
At the end of the day, that's another nigga problem.
Yeah.
Niggas Jesus Christ are entertainers and athletes. So this is why the President of the United States know that he could say shit like, hey, do any entertainers or athletes have anyone that's in jail? We can see about getting out.
Yeah.
You know why he say that? Because he know that the entertainers is black people Jesus Christ.
Yes.
They know that if they favorite entertainers say this is the way to go, they gonna say, well, that's the way we going, cause
that's right.
Say he cool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
it was a power play.
That's black people fault.
It was, yes.
The niggas could even use another nigga and say, yo, we're gonna use him to speak for y'all, or we're gonna use Al Sharpton because Al Sharpton said it's cool. Like, you can't tell me what Al Sharpton said is cool. I don't give a fuck about Al Sharpton. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to understand, people are always going to use somebody they feel can represent for the majority. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And granted, Jay-Z might not represent the majority or the minority, but they know there's a large group of people that look up to him and believe
and do whatever he
so
says.
People are like, yo, wait, what are you doing? And I'm like, what is everybody shocked about? This nigga always does this. Like, this is not no new behavior. This is actually his classic behavior. He wows people up on records, and next thing you know, a couple years later, he working with them.
I just know that Jay-Z didn't need the NFL to do what he's doing with the NFL. He didn't need them. Like he said last year, he never needed them to do what he's doing. He got a clothing line through the NFL also where he's making money that he's supposed to give to the black community. And then the first charity company that he said he's going to support, that put in place to help the black community, is run by a white woman who's going around the country chopping off little black kids' dreadlocks all over social media and Facebook, talking about how dreadlocks are not okay in school and kids shouldn't have dreadlocks. It's just bad. It's just a bad look for him, I feel like.
I thought they said in their white Bible that Jesus had hair of wool.
I can't fucking take you, dog. They definitely did say that.
Saying, that's what I read.
They definitely said that, my nigga. It's just the optics behind this are so poor, and I'm not surprised. I just didn't like that he tried to say it was really about us when at the end of the day, this was a money move for Jay-Z. And no shade, get your money, my nigga. Everybody's getting their money.
But that's my thing. Let's say, like I said, this is a complete money move. All right, what you niggas mad at?
Just say it was a money move. I think that's what they was mad at. Don't say this is for us.
That's my thing. He never got to say nothing. Niggas just started assuming from Jump Street like, oh, he did this, he made a deal with the devil, this, that, and the third. Niggas is getting their paper. Niggas ain't never stopped getting paid.
True. Never.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like, come on, when we gonna stop getting paid? Like, we ain't gonna stop.
Man, all I know is...
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye. Call from
Carol Campbell.
An inmate at New York City Department of Correction. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Welcome back.
Yeah, beloved.
Yo, so listen, I know that you, what kind of news do you get in there? Because I know before you was able to use a computer. Are you able to use a computer? Are you able to?
Nah, it ain't no computer.
You don't get nothing?
Got CNN in the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
New York Post, but I guess you can sift through the nonsense and figure out what's true or not.
Well, I want to get your opinion on this fucking Popeyes chicken sandwich. I know you know what's going on with it, right?
Yeah, I keep hearing about it.
Man, did you see a nigga got stabbed?
A nigga got stabbed over the chicken sandwich?
Yes. He cut in line. A nigga cut in line Because, the lines is wrapped around the building, beloved. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what they putting in these sandwiches, what the fuck is going on, but people are going crazy for them, fighting over them, standing in line for hours. And so, allegedly, a nigga was cut in line to get the chicken sandwich, and the nigga told him to step outside to whoop his ass. The nigga stepped outside, and he stabbed him in the parking lot. They fighting, and he pulled a knife out and stabbed him for cutting in the line in the parking lot. Now, his friends...
You gotta think about it. It depends on, is the chicken sandwich he getting, does it come hot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does it... it depends, and it depends on how long he was standing in line. He shouldn't have skipped him if he was trying to get a chicken sandwich. Come on, we black people. At the end of the day, you could just hang a piece of chicken over the hood and black people will start flying. You dig what I'm saying?
Ain't that embarrassing, though?
You gotta see how they act here on Chicken Day. Chicken Day here.
Y'all got a Chicken Day?
Yeah, extra COs is standing around and make sure don't nobody die. I'm like, niggas about to die over chicken? I never knew the chicken was so serious in the black community, but whoever said that it was, they telling the truth.
That shit is incredibly crazy to me that people are doing the most for this chicken sandwich. You know how much money they made in the first... They had to stop selling the chicken sandwich because they ran out. And then they brought it back last Sunday, and now they trying to compete with Chick-fil-A and talking about chicken sandwich Sundays, and their chicken sandwich better than
Hillstone got the best chicken sandwich though.
Who?
Hillstone. Next time you come to New York, go to Hillstone and get that chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
beloved, I don't eat no damn chicken.
Oh shit! I forgot you only eat trees. That's crazy.
Oh, fuck with it. I wish I could. I've ate the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich before, and I think that shit is fire. But everybody's saying that this one is better than that, and I'm just like, how? How?
They put some crack juice in the grease.
They doing something crazy to this chicken sandwich for
crack
people.
is delicious, and if you try it the first time, you won't know it's crack. You won't know it until you end up stealing from somebody you love.
I just want better for us, man. We made Popeyes millions of dollars in the first 7 days that they started selling this chicken sandwich. $27 million and shit like that.
Back to the schools in our community or something. They just not gonna be taking all our hard-earned money for these chicken sandwiches and not giving nothing back to the community. Why motherfuckers not mad at Popeyes? Niggas gave Popeyes way more money than Jay-Z.
You might be right, because niggas dead ass be standing in line for a chicken sandwich, and it's a thigh. The thigh.
We give Jay-Z majority of that money he got. That shit came from white people.
Oh my God. The thigh is the weakest part of the chicken, in my opinion.
How do you feel about the Kardashians doing more for the black community than Al Sharpton ever did?
Oh, that's a good... I think the Kardashians do just as much bad for the black community as they do for good, in my opinion.
What bad they did?
They fucking... Look at you seen Kanye West? You see what they doing to that man?
They ain't do nothing to that nigga.
Let me tell you something.
Yo, you know what's wrong with y'all people?
What's wrong?
Y'all people keep denying the fact that something been wrong with him. And then it ain't that something been wrong with him. It's really that nothing been wrong with him. If you notice that every single moment that Kanye West comes out with something for sale, he does something crazy. He goes to meet up with Trump, he got sneakers for sale the next day. This is not by accident. That nigga is not crazy. He's a very sane person. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's using marketing tools in order to sell the items that he want to sell. Every time he got some music, it's a big outburst or something outlandish or something completely against the grain of what he usually does to make people watch him, and then he tells you what he got for sale. So I don't understand why people would think this nigga went crazy.
I don't think he went crazy. I just think that something's wrong with him. Just
look at every single moment, Miko. When you take the time out, go on Google, look at every single moment that this motherfucker has ever had of when people had to look at him, and then look at what he's selling at the moment. He has something for sale. You already know he don't do nothing crazy when he ain't got nothing for sale.
Man,
this nigga, he's actually waiting for the date that he know he gonna sell something to start thinking about what he gonna do that's outlandish.
Well,
everybody to watch him and then sell something the next day. Some music, some sneakers, something is gonna come out.
Well, the new album came out, but he also announced that he's running for president in 2024, and he's gonna change his name. You said we gotta fuck with Kanye?
We got to. Is Trump in there? Why we can't let Kanye do it?
I mean, yeah, I think anybody should be able to run for president if goddamn Donald Trump can run. I just,
Yeah, like, come on.
would you be cool with Kim Kardashian as a first lady? It would kind of be like the first lady we got now. We done seen both of them hoes butt
Hell
asshole
yeah.
naked.
Listen, it don't matter. We need a hoe as the first lady. We don't need no conservative women as the first lady. We need some women that sucked a couple penises in college. You understand? So they can understand how different dudes like they dinner. They can understand different realms of life and demographics.
Thank you
You
for
don't need
using
no woman that had
Sure.
one man her whole
Goodbye.
life.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
So, let me ask you about this tweet from Meek Mill. He said, if I hang out with 6 robbers every day, most likely I'm a robber or I'm okay with what they represent. So I never understood a good girl hanging with 5 savages talking about she's not like her friends. Hold on, let me get Aiden out the room before we... Aiden, go to your room.
Yeah, you should have let him. He should hear this.
No, his daddy ain't kicking my ass.
Now, I don't know, because I really don't know what his definition of savages is. His definition of savages just might be girls that's promiscuous, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's true. You do need to know what he considers a savage, because I hang out with I don't consider my friends savages, but they sell pussy. But I call them business women. Yeah, those are business women.
It's like everybody got something for sale. Everybody's selling something. You know,
Yeah.
you know, everybody is selling something. They selling hats out there, T-shirts,
Pussy.
You know, they selling vagina. You know, there's all sorts of merchants out there. So I think we just gotta respect their craft, and then we gotta respect the people that feel like they got enough money to where they could give it away for free. You know what I mean?
Big facts. I didn't think about it like that. But there are a lot of bitches sleeping on air mattresses, not selling pussy. And
Now, if you like super sexually active out there, and then you're broke, then it's like, wait up, but you can sell vagina. You know people purchase it. You giving it away for free.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think those women like to shame the women that make money off of it. They're like, at least I ain't selling it. And it's just like, listen, I mean, supply and demand. If you out here being nasty anyway, being promiscuous with niggas that don't have no commitment for you, I guess, I don't know. People like exchanging souls for free.
The only contradiction that I see within that tweet is that if he means that, you know, you are your company, or that you okay with what your company do, then that would mean that it's his company, he's okay with what his company does. And right now he's been painting this positive image, so I'm not sure if he would want to say that he's okay with the killers, the robbers, and the scammers. You know what I mean?
So,
he said he beat around several times in different raps. So, you know what I mean? Or you okay
yeah,
with the
I'm
killers,
off.
the robbers, and scammers. But that's not you, right? You a rapper, so of course. So it doesn't matter. Like I got friends that's carpenters, but I never nailed nothing up on the wall in my life. You know what I mean? So you got to think about it in that aspect. Like, just because your friend is a nurse don't mean you know how to use a syringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he's trying to look at all the negatives, though. Negative things that he considers negative.
Nah, that's not true. We got, like, you know, like I had an uncle that, you know, the niggas think had like a problem touching like kids when we was younger, you know what I mean? And the thing is that when I was younger, I didn't understand the aspect in it. I heard whispers about it like around, but what I realized was that like he was my uncle, I still loved him. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So you gotta look at it from an aspect. Cause even like people that talk about Nicki Minaj and her brother, like, that's her brother. Like, what you want her to do? Like, she might disagree with exactly what he did, but she grew up with that motherfucker in the household.
You know what it is? I think it's more about nobody knowing whether or not they disagree. They only see the love, you know?
Yeah.
So if she were,
like, come on, even if you disagree, like, people disagree with shit they friends do, like, don't we? Like,
right? Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I got some.
Disagree
That's true.
with their friend because they still with the dude that they with that was doing this and that and the third to her. People disagree, so it's like you still could be somebody's friend and disagree with their occupation or disagree with their hobbies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I get that a lot. A lot of, like, when I first met Maya G. When I first met her, I didn't know she was a porn star at all. I just started following her on Twitter because I thought she was funny. I never watched porn before. And so then one day, we were friends on Twitter for like 5 years. We used to talk and DM and everything. And then one day she was like, we need to meet. And I was like, bet, I'm in LA. Let's get a drink. And so I told Brent. Brent was with me. He was like, where you going? I was like, I'm finally going to meet this girl I've been talking to forever, for a drink named Maya G. And he was like, the porn star? I was like, no, she didn't do porn. I'm like, I had no clue. And then when
Brent jerked off to her.
Brent pulled up all her shit. He was like, she's a porn star. And I was like, wow. He was like,
I know all her scenes by heart. Don't ever act like we got beef. Fuck around with her.
oh my God. But she thought that once I knew that, or like I wasn't going to want to be her friend, because she said most football wives don't hang out with her. And I was like, cause you know what she does. And I was like, I'm not really concerned with what you do. I'm like, I thought you was cool and funny. I like, hey, that's your business.
She out here fucking up happy homes. That's what she doing. It ain't because she no porno star.
Yeah, she's a businesswoman. Your home can't get fucked up if she forcing your nigga. She forcing your nigga to fuck her. No, and he's paying for it. That's on you.
That's a fact. You niggas is mad because she on her Uber Eats. She gotta get paid. At the end of the day, you look at it like this. I look at it in this aspect. I got friends that's gay. They suck dick and I don't. So
that's another. Yeah.
Because I got some friends that's gay that I'm gay. Hell, it don't mean that. So it's like, you know what I mean? You can't look at it in that aspect. You know what I mean? It's just that what happens is that when a man thinks he got a weak-minded female, he really don't want her around females that he feel like can influence her back into her holisms. And that's what Meek Mill is going through right now. He's telling a specific female to stop being around specific females because they hoes and shit. And she's saying, well, I'm not like that, even though those my friends. And he like, what? I can't trust you. I can't fully trust you.
That's whole shit. That's whole nigga shit anyway. If you put it on Twitter, why you ain't just talk to her? Like, what? You want to tell all her friends and the world? Like, come on.
You know what I mean? But that's what that sound like to me. You know what I mean? That shit ain't about nothing. Niggas don't care about who friends is hoes. I don't care if the chick is a hoe. You know what I mean?
And what my thing is, if she
know how to make grits, I'm cool.
All I'm saying too is, if you got a problem with her hanging out with her friends and you don't really like her, because like, what if she don't like your friends? You're not gonna stop hanging out with your friends, but she got to stop hanging out with hers. I bet you he got friends he hang out with that fuck all the hoes.
Yeah,
but she got to
not look down upon because we men. You know what I mean? So the thing is that motherfuckers are selfish and they don't want it to ever seem like what I mean, like somebody else getting what's theirs, you know what I mean? So that's all that is, you know what I mean? I be feeling like sometimes a chick gotta go suck 2 dicks on a nigga to break his heart in order for him to love her correctly.
Big fat.
You know what I mean? Every time one of my bitches go suck another nigga dick, I just love her more. I be, oh my God, how could you do this to me? I'm sorry. I hurt you so much you want to suck the dick. You know what I mean?
I love you, man. Oh my God. Revenge dick sucking.
Oh man, doesn't that hurt?
Revenge dick sucks out here. Like, oh, you gonna do me wrong?
You see Fab and Emily, man, happy right now.
Man,
right?
He had to crack her head open. He had to crack her head open.
Emily had to go out suck a sneaky dick on him. Like, what bitch ain't only sucking on sneaky dicks? I don't care how much bitches I fucked on you. She cheat that one time, it's over. Nigga be fucking crumbled in the corner.
Yeah. That's so crazy that y'all like that.
Y'all niggas hurt different.
Yeah.
Fab be getting to a scuffle. That nigga was in a corner whimpering.
His heart was hurt. But he
they look mad beautiful, you know what I mean? See what I'm saying? So I encourage all the ladies, go out there, you know what I mean? And he been hurting you and he been cheating on you, keep catching him. Go out there and suck his op dick.
His optic. Oh my God.
She suck your enemy dick. Motherfucker be crying for years.
Wow.
Nigga hate her 3 marriages later, he hate her. But nah, like, you know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
I think motherfuckers be requesting too much from females though. Like,
I think we request too much.
I'm like, bro, you in here 4 years, you over here talking about you can't believe she fucked somebody.
Bruh. She in jail?
She waiting 4 years. Nigga might have not waited 4 days.
As soon as she heard that sentence, that sentence, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go and call my side nigga I already had anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Niggas is bugging.
Hey, you heard about Jocelyn Savage, R. Kelly's little main chick? She telling on him now.
Popping up trying to tell on Kelly. This shit got to stop.
What you think about like?
She's one of Kelly's biggest supporters.
Okay, so listen, I feel like I feel her for doing this because it sounds like at the end of the day she was doing what she was doing with him for money anyways, and now she not getting money, so why not do whatever you got to do to get money? He made a promise.
Well, arrest the bitch for prostitution then.
Okay, they might, but
she's telling you the check's not coming in, and she was fucking a nigga for checks. Well, bitch, she got to get locked up now. I want to know she in the same building as me, you heard? Fuck around with that bitch. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't respect what R. Kelly did. I don't respect men who pick on weak people, you know what I mean, who pick on weak females and try to, you know what I mean, do that type of shit. But at the same time, I'm at the point in my life where I feel like he shouldn't even be getting punished for this shit.
Why not?
How dare the public prosecuted him just now. This is not the real court of law. This is the public. A documentary was made about this nigga, about shit that he did so many years ago, and yeah, shit that he's possibly still doing now. But the thing is that how dare these people get riled up over some shit that they knew about? People possess the R. Kelly sex tape. That's child pornography. People had it. I had it in my house.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, like, all these people are super outraged, all this shit. I don't follow trends. I'm not going to be out here acting like I'm super mad about shit that I'm not mad about. Like, oh, they're right, that's wrong. And now you a fake protester. People got to stop that shit.
Yo,
like, that shit got to stop as a whole, for real. Like, and I don't like it because it's this culture where people attack everything. Like, even some white people, like, they be white people doing certain shit. Like, listen, I don't respect the blackface shit, but at the end of the day, if the white motherfucker went to a party dressed like an Arab, wouldn't he want to be a couple more shades browner?
Listen.
I'm just thinking about Halloween. I'm saying if you were looking like Jason, you might put the mask on with the holes on. Is Jason Voorhees and the Jason motherfucking franchise gonna come sue me and say that this motherfucking cultural appropriation or some shit like that? Now I understand the history of blackface and why people say it. But what I'm saying is that if a motherfucker is on Halloween or some shit, that shit can't get
You saying there should be
it
should be an exception for Halloween then?
Yeah, if it was like some Halloween shit, unless he was trying to like portray Bojangles or some shit like that, you understand? Like if the motherfucker was said, I'm gonna go out and look like Terry Crews today and paint his face brown, we gonna make sure the nigga get fired from his job. Like that's kind of fucked up. He wanted to look like Terry Crews. You think I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people find that offensive because they're intentionally trying to offend us in a way.
Nah, if that's the intent, it's like nigga. It's like the word nigga. We know when somebody is saying nigga as a derogatory term, the same way a woman knows when somebody is using bitch as a derogatory term. You understand what I'm saying?
But a lot of people that do this, what they dig into their past and find out that they are low-key racist. Like they find shit that they was doing too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't trust no motherfucker that's about 70 years old, 60 years old, 50 years old playing like that. You playing like that, you know better. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying somebody new today, like a person that was just born in the 90s that pops up and he says, yo, I'm gonna go be MC Hammer at a party, and then they violate him for doing blackface. It's like that motherfucker might have not even known what the fuck Bojangles was. You understand? It's just certain shit like.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes the best teacher is an ass whooping. You know, that's what
motherfuckers stay to rally for different shit. Like instead of rallying, right, to get people fired, why don't people rally to get people hired? Like if we know somebody that work in a company and they doing good there, why don't motherfuckers all get on social media and be like, yo, such and such needs a promotion. She's doing a phenomenal job.
Because we all haters. Motherfuckers don't never want to see nobody doing good. It's like they think somebody else doing good makes them less than or something. It's really sad. It's really fucking sad.
That's really the culture though. Like it's like, yo, if that motherfucker get higher than me, it's
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye. From
Carol Campbell.
an inmate at New York City Department of Correction. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Yo,
Yeah, back to what I was saying about R. Kelly too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, with R. Kelly, the way I look at it is that, just like I said, I disagree with everything, and I feel like he should have been penalized. But that's my issue, was that he should have been penalized.
Right.
Like, how can
Way
you
back then.
penalize this dude for something that he already went through? He went through all of the public shame of it, and then you do a re-public shame? Like, yo, what type of shit is that?
We have Oprah. We have Oprah to blame for that, though.
In the name of love, huh?
We have Oprah to blame for that, but go ahead.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. I love Oprah, man, but I just feel like, man, Oprah gotta relax a little bit. Like that shit she did with Michael Jackson, with allowing them people to come on her show and come to Michael Jackson after these dudes sworn in court that what they were saying was the truth, and to come back and try to rebut that same comment that they made,
and then add lies on it. They got busted in lies and everything.
No, but when the person was dead, why is this okay?
Yeah.
Why would you allow them to do that? Like, that was wrong. Like,
yeah.
that was wrong, man. And I just feel like, man, people gotta support people more, because I feel like I was thinking about the NFL shit and the Jay-Z shit a lot, right? And I'm like, yo, man, look at how when Jay-Z was just doing all the prison reform shit, it was mad cool. But as soon as he did the NFL deal, it was like, nigga, fuck you. You know what I mean?
It's because of what he said. It was because of what he said.
One day we could be cool with you, and the next day we could not be cool with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just the nature of life. One day you're cool with a person, the next day the person is your motherfucking enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like with pop culture, I just be like, how the fuck do you just dismiss a person? Like,
cancel culture is what it's called.
That's what they call it now.
Cancel culture, yeah. They cancel
like,
you.
Just be wilding on niggas, like, motherfuckers getting smoked out of their jobs.
Yeah, they get ganged up on. And you know what's so funny?
Can an accusation get you fired?
Yeah, it's happening to everybody. Yes.
All you gotta do is hire a team, a whole fucking PR team, and say, yo, this nigga likes dogs. Like, he has sex with dogs. And it's over. You have sex with dogs, nigga. And then by
the time you prove it wasn't true, it's too late. You done lost everything.
It's too late. And people still think you fuck dogs 30 years later.
They be like, who's so-and-so? Yep.
It was untrue.
Same thing, yo, I got that shit around me right now. My fucking police accused me of headbutting one of the cops when I got arrested in 2015. Niggas still tweet me to send me messages in my comments on Instagram today and say, aren't you the girl that headbutt the cops? And it's like, that's been proven that it wasn't even true. Like 2 months later, that's all I am now. You got your husband, fired from the Dolphins, like, duh, and I got him $26 million after that, duh. That was on purpose, you dumb fuck.
Right? They put out an article that said, Tax Stone screams out in court, I'm not guilty, all this shit, right? So
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, this was like when I first got arrested, like probably a couple months after I got arrested, and people was like, yo, my girl just told me that Bossa put out an article saying that you. I'm like, what? I said, when was the last time I went to court? You in the same house as me. So niggas thought about it. They like, damn, this nigga ain't been to court in 4 months. So how the fuck is this article true?
Yeah, niggas just said it.
But
that's crazy.
All people gonna know is the headline. So they see the headline, they gonna remember it. It's stuck in their brain. And just like Charlamagne always say, the lie's more entertaining. So it doesn't even matter what the truth is. I
don't mind cancel culture if it's for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's us canceling them motherfuckers, like Gabrielle Union, she just got, technically fired from her show because she's speaking out against all types of shit against black people and racial equality and all this stuff. And so they didn't renew her contract. And they try to put it. No. She already canceled that. That's for America's Got Talent.
Oh, I'm lost in the sauce.
Yeah, it wasn't renewed, and she was like, they have like these numbers and everything that says like who was the favorite on the shows and all that stuff. She like was the most favorite judge on the show. Like she was like the biggest draw for the show.
We been knew if we was too black that we couldn't get the money. Remember, Jay-Z said years ago, truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense. but I sold 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like common
You
sense.
have 1 minute.
Man, that's some real shit.
So you understand? So now you see him when he dropped 444. He got the bag. He can rap like Common now.
Well, I wish
He
he
had
would.
to go get the money in order to rap like Common, because rapping like Common, they not gonna pay you.
Very true. That is very
So
true.
you gotta sneak in. You gotta sneak in, keep selling the poison, and then give the education out, because the white corporations is not gonna pay for you if they feel like you educating your peoples.
Well, why he
They
joined the
feel like that's a
NFL
good
then?
cause.
Well, why the hell did he join the NFL then? Is my
For
question.
money. What you mean, why? That's what it was for, right?
Oh, I thought it was for us to help us.
I don't know. I thought it was a check.
That's what I think too, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely respect it. Just tell us what it really is. That's all I'm saying. Don't try to cover it up and say it's because you doing this because they said they gonna help black people.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
We live. What's good?
Tell Charlamagne stop going on vacation on Amalfi Coast, forgetting about his friends in prison,
You stupid, bro. We have been arguing all week about Jay-Z and this NFL shit.
Oh, man.
And I finally got to him. I finally feel like I got to him. And he understands now, like, you know, what's going on. And so we came to the conclusion that, the whole shit, the NFL tried to give Cap a waiver that would sign away all this shit. And so I said, Charlotte, if you find out that's true, what do you think Jay-Z should do? And he said Jay-Z should leave the NFL, like sever ties with them if they really did that.
If they did what?
If they try to give Cap a waiver, like trying to sign his rights away type of shit. Like they tried to sneak it in, act like it was a regular waiver. And they got caught.
Lawsuit?
They basically tried to, they gave him a waiver. He already signed a waiver because he's still, people think that if you're not playing that you unemployed, you're still an NFL player. You're just called a free agent. And you don't have to sign no other waivers. So they tried to get him to sign a waiver saying that if they gave him the tryout, he couldn't file any more grievances or say anything just for the tryout, and he wouldn't do it. And so Charlotte said, why would they do that? And I said, they're sneaky. And then they try to say Jay-Z was behind all this shit. And then Jay-Z, Rock Nation posted a tweet that said Jay-Z ain't behind shit. Basically, like Jay-Z ain't said nothing to no sources. Like Jay-Z just ain't saying nothing now. He's like, I didn't say nothing to nobody. Like he hasn't technically, because everybody says sources said Jay-Z said this, Jay-Z said that.
You know he's got sources.
Yeah, and Hov said nah, nope.
I just found out that sources is just weird people from the internet that be emailing people. I got this shit called the DD5s on my case, and it's like people from Las Vegas emailing the NYPD like, this is what happened, officer.
Right.
Can I get my money now?
And you could say sources and just get away with anything. It's crazy.
But when I'm reading it, this shit is like really people, a whole bunch of people that saying incorrect shit, and they just doing it for a reward. So think about what people doing to these places where they could get money for their little corny ass tips or whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm just glad that shit is over with. I'm in a point now where I feel like Kaepernick should just be done with the NFL. They just trying too many.
Why the fuck he want to play for the NFL so bad?
Because he loves football, Tax. What the hell you mean?
Man, fuck football.
You can't say that to a nigga that's like if somebody said to me, "Fuck basketball," I would lose my fucking mind, bro. I would lose my mind.
The moment you kneel for the injustices that's going on with your people, and then the company that you work for, or whoever you work for, they say, well, we don't agree. You better stand your ass up. You better salute. And then you don't. You go through the shit you went through. You had to sue them. You had to go through the whole, every black chick that just graduated college tweeting the NFL. And like you took the money, and now you out here like you begging to play again. Like,
but he only took a small, but he only took a small amount of money so that he could still play. That was the sole purpose of that. So he literally,
he took a
yes,
small amount so he could still play.
Yes.
And they said he can't play.
No, yeah, they tried to set him up, And so that's why he was like, no, because, you know, I hear what everybody's saying. They like, yo, why don't you just sue him and take the money and move on? And I think that's what he should do now. But he legit wanted back in like bad. Like this is like when people don't really realize this. When he was younger, he was way better at baseball. And so he got baseball scholarships. He was even drafted by the Chicago Cubs and refused it to go play in the NFL. Like the nigga is obsessed with football.
Tell him that he will have way more success being a rapper right now.
Bro, you are fucking stupid. Hey, you know what? And I was talking to Charlotte too, and I was like, damn, you know, I gotta get Tax's opinion on all these Grammy nominations and rappers. You know, I don't even fucking know rap like that, but I feel like I would be, you know, a bad host of this if I didn't actually ask you your opinion on the Grammy nominations. I want to know your opinion on Grammy nominations. I want to know your opinion on the Brooklyn hip hop just in general. Who do you think is
I don't care about.
You don't care about Brooklyn.
Grammys.
You don't care about the Grammys either?
I don't care about white people celebrating me or saying that I had some fly shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What if you know you got some fly shit, right? And then the Grammys say somebody else had some flyer shit. You like, but I know I had some flyer shit. You got to look at the people who's giving these awards out, and then you got to ask yourself, why is you even respecting their judgment? You understand what I'm saying?
But that's how people get. Isn't that how you get the money and stuff? Or is like, what does the Grammys do for people?
We control the code. We control the whole narrative of the game. And what I mean by the game, I mean pop culture. So when we say something is cool, it's cool. So I say all of that to say this: if Drake, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and everybody else would have showed up to the Soul Train Awards, the Soul Train Awards in 3 more years would have been those awards that you want to get. To get that respect and to get that honor. So was created. So if all the niggas, right, if all the females, all these people at the Grammys ain't been looking out for us, say, yo, fuck the Grammys, and you really don't go, and you decide to go to another show, you understand? That's the show.
Yeah, we are the culture.
What we show up to is the show. We control what's cool. So it's like if we keep going there, niggas keep shedding tears and thanking Jesus Christ soon as they get up there 100 million times, like... Niggas ain't never know Jesus like when they win a Grammy.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, Jesus, really? This was all Jesus?
That nigga Jesus be doing everything. But I be wondering if people think Jesus when bad shit happen.
No, this is my whole thing. So this is why I'm like, you know, is it like, when they get the BET award, it's like, oh, you know, thank you, y'all want to thank my team or whatever, I want honey. But when they get the Grammy and shit, or the Oscars, or the what's the other shit, the Tonys, they sitting there hyperventilating and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, what is?
And you know what? That's so crazy. Like that you say that because it's so true. It's like we care what they think. That's why I don't really watch the Oscars. I usually record the Oscars and I fast forward to if it's like one of us performing or something. I'll check it out, but I'll be like, I do not care what they think is the best movie. I don't. Like, I'm legit gonna go watch whatever I think is good, and I'm gonna watch it.
Come on, how many times we watch the Oscars, and it's like, you know, it's because of your social settings, you get pushed into these traditions of looking at certain things. So you say, all right, let me watch the Oscars, and then you see the movie that they pick, and you like,
what? Yeah, that should be trash.
Like, this movie was way better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
I still don't know how Nino Brown didn't win an Oscar for New Jack City.
Man, on everything.
Yeah, this nigga was a drug dealer, a karate master. He was everything like in one.
Yeah.
This nigga was Marcus Graham from Boomerang. He was mad shit all in one, and nobody really respected that character.
Yeah, he was. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So fuck the Grammys discussion. Okay, what about Brooklyn?
The caller has hung up.
God damn it, what the fuck happened? What happened?
An inmate at New York City Department of Correction. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
What happened?
This bum-ass phone got a short.
Oh, okay. But, what was we talking about? Brooklyn. I got a couple of people wanted to know your opinion on the best rapper out of Brooklyn right now. Like, who got Brooklyn the most lit?
Damn. Well, Pop Smoke, his song is buzzing right now.
Okay.
I like Pop
What about
Smoke
this?
right now.
I don't know his music, but I hear this name a lot. Lil TJ or something like that.
Lil TJ is one of Jesus' apostles.
Man.
That's what a lot of people don't know. We only follow the word of Jesus Christ and little TJ around these parts.
Oh my God. Man, so do you know it's November, and this is usually when all the debating is going on about what's the song of the year. We're about to end the year. What song, if I don't know what y'all do in jail for the new year, but most people at midnight, they play like the most lit song, of the year or whatever's popping. What would you play at midnight right now if you was at a New Year's Eve party?
Shit, that Chris Brown and Drake shit.
Oh, No Guidance.
Yeah, that shit is the best song in history.
Hard. That shit is hard as fuck. And the best part to me is when
I keep liking this shit. I be liking it more and more.
Yeah, especially the part when Drake slowed it down and had the whole art. Like I was just like, I was happy.
I heard that Party Next Door all in that shit too.
Yeah, and he just posted a picture. He hasn't posted a picture in over a year. I'm a stand for him. And he just posted a picture. The first time he posted a picture in 2019, and it said he having a new album coming out Friday. And I am
he lost some
pumped.
Weight.
Huh?
Well, he lost some weight.
No, it was just a face picture, but he said his album coming out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, his should be so hard, but as soon as he sells a song to Drake, it go viral. But he doesn't go viral. That's crazy.
I love that nigga music.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard Drake say that freaky, I said, nah, that's Party.
Yeah. I can learn a lot from you. Gotta come teach me. Yeah.
I said that's Party right there.
Yeah, that shit is hard. But that No Guidance, that probably is the one, for real.
Yeah, that song is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm mad these niggas took this long to make some shit.
Well, that beef shit is different. I don't really understand beef because to me, I'm not really capable of just being cool around people that I really fucking hate. Like, I be wanting to swing on a nigga, but I guess you gotta, like, make sure you keep up appearances and don't go to jail for dumb shit. But, I don't know. Beef to me is, like, weird in music because it's not real.
That's why it's like, when I get out, I'm not even arguing with people.
Yeah.
Can't even get an argument out of me. Fuck that.
Yeah. The Philly rapper ARAB is found guilty in a drug trafficking case. He's facing life in prison. They giving niggas life for selling drugs?
Well, he took it to trial.
I think so.
Well, that wasn't intelligent in the federal case.
You could get life for selling drugs, Tax?
Yeah.
What?
Unfortunately, but nobody from Johnson and Johnson or the Purdue family will do a day in jail for opioid
Monsanto ain't doing no time. None of these motherfuckers is doing time.
And they're responsible for all these opioids.
Wow.
Taking over the United States, but nobody. It's always the little people. They go for the little people.
Yeah, I think this country uses jail as all punishment. Like, whatever you do is prison. Everything is prison. And it's like, damn. Like, why it's like the have-nots go to jail. That's it. This shit is fucking sad, man. Chicago had the first day. They go one day without a shooting. Yesterday.
Oh, word? Congratulations.
Right. One whole day with no shootings in Chicago.
I can't imagine what happened. Like,
why they didn't shoot?
What would prevent the shooting? It's snow, right?
Nigga, it's snow all the time there. Niggas be out there in fucking Tim's shooting niggas.
Chicago is different. You gotta send them to war. You gotta send the dudes from Chicago to war when we go to war with Russia.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can take that cold.
Did you hear Tory Lanez chick tapes? Are you a Tory Lanez fan?
Yeah, I like Tory. I didn't hear the chicks tape though.
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. I can't, like, I'm a Tory Lanez fan. I've been a Tory Lanez fan since he got on the scene. And I think it's because he reminds me of Drake.
You know, them niggas from Canada are great mimickers. Like, you seen Drake, he did the Control Over. It was a great song.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tory did it over better than Drake did.
Yeah. You trying to say that's what they do? That's their lane?
Yeah, they know how to mimic people. They can listen to somebody right now rap and then rap the same exact way, just like them.
Well, you know, Canada has that program where if you want to do music, it's free. All their music schools are free. Everything is free. Learn to sing,
that's why Tory
rap.
was beefing with the Don Q kid, because Don Q said he was rapping like him on Flex. And then when you hear it, like, it does sound similar. It's like, wait up. But just like I said, they know how to mimic people well. That's why Drake come out with a new sound every week. He could just go on YouTube, see some little nigga from Nebraska rap and take his flow and then make a hit.
Well, that shit is working because
It damn sure is.
Spotify said the current top 4 rappers in the world on Spotify. Number 1 is Post Malone, 57 million. Drake is 41 million. Kanye West is 40 million. And Travis Scott is 40 million.
That's crazy.
Those are the best 4. I listen to Drake. That's it. I don't really listen to, Aiden like a couple of Post Malone songs, but I don't really listen to him all that much. What's that? Y'all got a smoke alarm?
What you said? No. That was some bullshit in here.
Oh. Kanye said him and Dre doing Jesus is King Part 2. Dr. Dre. They was in the studio together. You rolling with that? Did you hear Jesus King 1?
Nah, I ain't even hear one.
Yo, you know what? I should have known something was coming. And you know why? Because Kanye went on another rant recently. And he said...
Come on, man. I told y'all niggas.
He said... You was right. He said strip clubs are a form of sex trafficking, bruh. He said that.
You said what?
Strip clubs are a form of sex trafficking.
Is it?
No.
Where are you trafficking the sex? Like,
The billboards, the billboards and the advertising for the strip club is a form of sex trafficking, is what Kanye said. Then, bam, him and Dre doing Jesus is King Part 2. I was like, Kanye gotta chill, bro.
I'm telling you, yo, that nigga, he always got some extra dramatic shit to say, some off the wall shit that's gonna get publicity, and then he gonna tell you what he got for sale.
Wow. Who's the best rapper right now?
Shit, right now, the best rapper is Little TJ.
Oh my God. What makes somebody the best rapper?
Well, you know, he's from the Bronx. He's about 4'7".
Oh my God.
And if he showed you all his charges, you wouldn't look at him the same.
Wow, he a little thugger?
Nah, I like Lil TJ because he young. He like 19 years old. He got a little substance to his music. He talk about a little bit more than the other rappers. To me, like, it's like a race to say nothing now. So
yeah.
Just to hear a rapper say a little bit of something, you appreciate him so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I read somewhere that Dr. Dre said that hip hop today is more quantity over quality. Like, people are just rushing to put a lot of shit out.
Before it was gatekeepers. Before it was a couple people that could sign you, and they could say that you can't get signed. But now it's not like that because the internet rules. So anybody could get popping on their own self. Nobody could say we only signing dudes to rap like Nas no more, or we only want, brand Nubian rap. Now niggas could be whoever they want to be.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing wrong with it. It's just showing you that the majority of the United States of America is stupid.
It's stupid.
And nothing is false about that. So you see it through the voting, you see it through the music. You know what I mean? It's all there.
Yeah.
If everybody in the country tell you out loud that they're not going to vote for Trump, and then they vote for Trump, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the whole country tells you that they don't like dumb people or dumb shit, but all they listen to is dumb shit, then you like, wait up, these niggas might be dumb.
Yeah. I always say I get in arguments with Charlamagne every time I see him when I tell him Drake is the best rapper alive, and he tells me I'm crazy, and I'm like, how can you tell me that?
That nigga is, man. I can't listen B. You know what I thought about one day? I was in the box. It was dark. It was a blackout. I'm in the box sitting there, and I say, "Yo, how would I feel right now if Drake died?" And a tear almost came to my eyes.
Oh my God.
I said, "That's how you know when the music good."
I might try to.
Drake died, I'll be disappointed because I don't know where the fuck we gonna get no more music from.
Yo, we got 1 minute left, but let me read this. Academics posted this. He said Drake sat in the top 10 for 476 weeks this decade. There's only 520 weeks in a decade. This 476 does not include 33 weeks Sicko Mode, which he was not credited as a feature act on, spent in the top 10. Including that, he spent 509 out of 520 weeks in the top 10 this decade. And I sent that to Charlamagne and said, GOAT!
Telling you, yo, that nigga's really the best rapper. Like, niggas gotta stop denying it. When you listen to his slow shit and then you listen to his shit when he really rapping, you be like, yo, niggas can't fuck with this kid.
They can't do both like him, and that's what the problem is.
Nah, he's good. He's good. I want the nigga to sing in my wedding in my way.
You get married, my nigga?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get married. Preferably to someone that works in Popeyes.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
My nigga's so stupid, bruh.
What's shaking, beloved?
Shit, I was literally just listening to the fucking Drink Champs podcast, man.
Word?
Yes. I was actually listening to the Troy Ave episode. I had just got to the part where they was about to talk about your ass. Like I'm at the 1 hour and 36 minute mark of that shit. So I now shit, since you done called, what's up? Shit. You heard about it?
Yeah. I was told. I heard about everything. But I don't really like. I don't care about certain shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just that, the only thing that I looked at in a different way was like, it was weird because it was Nori, because it was like, Nori's supposed to be like a street dude, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was weird to see him have somebody, on his show that's painting the narrative that I'm guilty for a murder, you know what I mean? So that's what was weird to me, because I'm like, nigga, I know Nori for being in street situations. I know he would have felt the ways if, he had people on his show talking about how you guilty for something, like, you know what I mean? And you on your way to trial, you know what I mean, in a few weeks, you know what I mean? Nori is not a street dude no more. He's not, and I can't be mad at that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you saying because he do the podcast now, he not a street dude no more, or because once you're a street dude, don't you?
You're not a street dude once you stop doing illegal activities. You know what I mean?
So he's not anymore.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't get paid through no illegal activities. You know what I mean? He feeds his family through check. He's a tax-paying citizen. So, I gotta look at it in a different aspect and say, yo, man, niggas gotta do what they gotta do. Niggas gotta feed their family. Niggas don't care who might get hurt in the process, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but wasn't y'all close too though?
Nah, yeah, we was cool and all that. That's my son. I still got love for him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, just like I said, one thing I always realized about myself is that you could never be mad at another person for bitch shit that they do or bullshit that they do. Because if you think you a real dude, if you think you cut from a small cloth, you know what I mean, a small cloth of fabric that not many cut from, you gotta understand that everybody not gonna be cut from that cloth. So when they do some bullshit, you can't even be that mad. You can only say, these niggas ain't me. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like, if you reciprocate every bitch action somebody do to you, you a bitch too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going, every time I be mad at something that somebody do to me, I'm not going to do it back. I'm not a tit for tat person. It's like, damn, I feel like, you shouldn't have nobody. Like, if you a DJ and you playing a dude record and he a rapper, I don't take no offense to that. But I do take offense to people when they give somebody a platform to paint a narrative that somebody is guilty for a murder. Let that play out in court. You understand? That's what you do when anytime you catch a case, you get a lawyer and you fight your case through your lawyer. You understand? So I just find it odd that people giving him a platform to
try you in a court of public opinion.
Yeah, like what type of bullshit is that? like, you know what I mean? But I don't look the squares to do it. It's like, whatever, that's what they do. But when I think it's a dude that's a street dude, you know what I mean, that could have related to me, you know what I mean, on certain things, then that's when I get confused. But then again, just like I said, it's you confused. I'm confused because I made myself confused. When you really look at the picture, nigga, at the end of the day, it's the industry. These niggas ain't, nobody cares about you. You know, Nori don't need me right now. So I don't expect him to care. When people don't need you no more, you're useless. You understand? So when you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with, I understand human beings. When you're useless, they don't need you anymore. That's just common sense. So it's like he need him more than me right now. You understand?
Yeah.
Be free to come on his show. You understand what I'm saying? They could give him a little publicity and give his show some good ratings or whatever. You understand?
Yeah.
So I understand it. Go get your bread. I ain't mad at nobody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know that when you first went to jail, like I remember you saying, we like rolling into year 3. We almost at year 3 now. And I remember in year 1, you were telling me that a lot of niggas you thought fucked with you don't really fuck with you. You find out when you go to jail who really fuck with you. And
yeah, but it's like jail to me is like living death. It's like you die but you alive. So, you know, taken away from everything that you want to do and everything that you can do, right? But then you get to see how people live without you. You understand? So everything that you might have been against and they might have been against because they was with you, they're not against it no more. They was only against it because you was there. You understand?
so they were fake.
Yeah, but that's just the majority of people. So when you it's a blessing and a curse to go through situations like this because you just get to realize who's who, and you just weed them out. Like it's nothing. It's all business to me. I don't take nothing too personal. Certain people I might take it personal. I'll be like, damn, I really thought that dude was my friend. You know what I mean, or stuff like that. But just like I said, you can't even think that too deeply with human beings. These people, you just never know what's wrong with people. Some people got real mental disorders where they don't even understand the aspect of being loyal or doing something incorrect to someone that might hurt their feelings, that could, you know, hold the friendship at some type of halt. You understand? They don't understand it. So I ain't out here giving a fuck. I ain't got no time for that. I'm fighting for my life right now. But, you know, just like I said, the only thing that I do pay attention to is people that might be trying to go, you know, that's giving people a narrative to keep me in prison. And I'm out here fighting for my life trying to get out of prison. So that's the type of shit that I look at and pay attention to. I don't give a fuck about, you know, these weirdos out here, you know, cool with.
So there ain't nobody that even like, is there any friends that you feel like hurt you when you found out they don't really fuck with you since you've been in jail, or everybody's the same? Because
I've been like one or two people that I took personal that I was like real close to, but besides that, I understand life. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you understand life, you won't be mad at certain people for certain things that they can't do that you might do. Just like I said, I feel like I'm cut from a different cloth. If anybody watches me, if anybody's physically watching me, they know that I always represent my friends. I always promote them. I always make sure, you know what I mean?
You're helpful. You're useful.
Yeah, I'm a helpful nigga. I like to help people. I help all my friends, you know what I mean? So I can't knock a motherfucker that's not helpful, because I know that that's a different trait. You understand? Not too many people are helpful. It's a unique trait. So I don't blame people for shit like that. I don't sit there and be like, yo, because if it was me, you know what I mean? Because then I think about how ill of a nigga I am again. I'd be like, damn, you an ill nigga though, Tax. You can't expect everybody to be that.
Yeah.
So I ain't sweating it. Like,
I've been feeling that same way. You were the first person to tell me. You were the first podcast I ever been on ever in my life, and it wasn't even a sports podcast. And I just think about how I have the platform I have, and there's so many of my friends that can help me, and I'm not even in jail, and these niggas don't help me, like at all. And they sit up and smile in my face and kiki, and then and intentionally not help me. Not like they don't know that I need help. Like I can ask people to help me, and they will say, oh yeah, I got you, but they won't do it intentionally because they're just haters. Like people really.
But Miko, that's one of my points is this friendship, right? If I'm hanging from a cliff, does my friend walk up and ask me, do I need help? Or does my friend out to help me? You understand?
Yeah.
See, some people operate off of you have to open your mouth with them. Some people operate off they're visibly noticeable. They notice everything. So I'll notice, yo, my friend needs help with that. And I'll just start helping. You understand?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
we'll start figuring out the plan. We'll put the plan together. But everybody don't think like that. It's a unique trait. So you can't blame these motherfuckers for who they are.
But I be
You gotta learn to
asking them.
accept
I
who you are,
ask them to
accept
help
them.
me.
Yeah, when you ask them and they say yeah and they don't do it, then that's not good.
Yeah. That's what literally happened to me. Like that. There's some people that I didn't ask and they didn't help. And I'm like, I don't want to ask everybody. That ain't who I am. I try to hustle. Like I get my own shit. But the people that I did ask and they say no to me or they say yes and then they don't, I just be thinking about like, what type of niggas you like, it's not like I don't ask somebody for money. I don't ask for no handout type of shit. It's more like a business help. And I just learned that people are like, they compete with you, even your own friends. They don't want you to be above them or don't want you to be better than them.
People don't believe until other people believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You always got to remember that. When I did my first live show, my homegirl came to the show and, I sold out and all that. She was like, yo,
I was there.
Yeah, she was like, yo, it's such a good crowd. You sold out. Yo, I don't see nobody from the hood here. And I was like, all right, what that mean? She was like, nah, I'm just saying, like, they could have came out and supported. I said, people from the hood only going to support you when other people outside the hood going to support you. And that's just how it happens with your state, your city, and with the world. As soon as they start seeing other people support you, next thing you know, they help. Oh, yeah, because, we was always with you from the beginning.
We grew up together. I've been fucking with him. All the lies start coming out.
I knew him when he had one yellow tooth. I knew him before he got circumcised. You know what I mean? So that's just the shit you got to deal with human beings. I'm at the stage of just learning human behavior and just watching, the reactions, the reactions to certain actions. And I don't give a fuck no more. I don't got the time for this. I'm fighting for my life. I'm trying to get back to business. I'm trying to get back to work. I ain't got no time to be worried about none of this goofy shit that's going on out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When is the trial going to start? Is it going to start next month or what?
Yeah, it's starting in January.
January. Do you have the dates yet?
January should be starting. The judges are I don't got the date, but the judge is still on trial.
Oh, okay.
Another trial, so we're waiting for his shit to be done. But it should be January or whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody pray for me.
Yes.
Hold me down. Meditate for a gangster. Drink some motherfucking green juice. You know what
I had some
spike,
today.
Spike it with a splash.
I introduced Brent to.
Feeling risky.
I introduced Brent to peppermint tea.
Oh, word?
Yes.
I had no peppermint tea in a minute now.
Man, I know, man, that nigga Brent got sick this week. My nigga, I've been with him 11 years. This nigga has never had a fever, a cough, nothing, ever once. And him and Aiden happened to get sick at the same time and fuck my whole life up. I was like, and grown men sick, y'all the worst, bro. Like, y'all like children.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm sick, I turn into a whole female dog.
Yep. That's how y'all be. And I was like, man, I've been down this week. Like, fuck, I got to take care of them. But I held it down like I always do. But I every time when I gave him the tea, I swear to God, I thought about you. And I was like, damn, my nigga Tax used to be on fucking Instagram and Snapchat with his peppermint tea, talking about peppermint tea for the drama the day may bring. Man.
That's a fact. It just make everything a little bit more tranquil.
Man, I saw, I don't know who the fuck posted shit on your page. The shit is fucking hilarious, but somebody posted, I'm looking back and I regret a lot of pictures I took with people, man. What the fuck is that about?
Nah, you ain't never see a picture and somebody got to get cropped up out of there?
Yeah, I do. I post the shit and I write that I ain't friends with the motherfucker no more. So everybody can know.
It's like, yo, at a lot of events, people would be like, yo, you can't be antisocial. And I'd be like, yo, I don't want to take no picture with that person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that person. Like, I don't know what their character is. I feel like pictures is like you capturing moments. And I'm not trying to capture moments with certain people like that I don't care to remember. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So, when you think about certain shit, like, I had somebody tell me, yo, I seen something on your Instagram using a picture of such and such, and I'm like, damn, that's disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was not happy about it, so I just think about that, like, nigga, taking pictures at all the events with all these phony smiles. You know, I don't even like birthdays because I feel like people not really happy that I was born that day. I feel like that's fake. You know what I mean? That's why I only celebrate New Year's. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Like,
God. Niggas said niggas wasn't happy that was your birthday.
yeah, I'd be like, oh, these people genuinely happy I was born today. Why are they here? Like,
Man, they just gave us a 1 minute warning. Ain't this a bitch? But that was about 13 minutes, though. Are you going to be able to call back?
yeah, I'm at you back.
Okay. Peace.
The caller has hung up. Hello, this is a free call from
Carol Campbell.
an inmate at New York City Department of Correction. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What's good with Brent? That nigga playing this year?
Well, technically, he's still available. See, this is the thing. He didn't want to sign with anybody that wasn't going to pay him what he felt like he deserved. He felt like the league was kind of disrespecting him, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But if you saying that, you know, this might be your last year, or maybe next year might be your last year, I was telling him to take less money to be happy. Because the last 6 years of his life, we got broke off, you know what I'm saying? But he was miserable every Sunday. Like, he is a sore loser. He doesn't like to lose. And all the last 6 years of his career has been trash, like bad teams, and he's mad. So I said, you know what? Instead of us taking the highest bidder all the time, why don't you take less money from one of these teams that's going to the playoffs? And he was just like, he thought about it, but he said he didn't want to do it. And so his agent was hitting me up like, yo, this team calling, but this is the money. And Brett was like, no, I don't want it. So then I said, what are you going to, it's week 12 now. And I said, bro, what are you waiting for? Like, you got to take one of these deals. And he was like, no, fuck it, then I'll retire. I said, do you want to play? He's like, yeah, I do. But I want to get paid what I feel like my talent's worth. Like, when I get on a team, the whole defense is going to change with a nigga like me out there. And then they going to be talking about how good I am, but they only paid me this. And I was like, okay, I get that as an athlete. You know what I'm saying? You want to be paid what you worth. I said, but if you going to go out, at least go out with a smile. You know, like, go out on a winning team, like a playoff.
He's not going to be happy with the money, I guess.
We are rich, Tax.
Exactly. So that's why he's not really affected. He like, man, y'all ain't gonna pay me, so what the fuck I'm gonna play for?
But he wanna play, Tax. That's what I'm saying. He trying to do two things at once.
Pull up to East New York and Gersh Park and pick up a couple niggas from Linden Projects in Brooklyn.
But look,
and they start playing ball every Sunday.
Listen though. I told the nigga, I said, so are you gonna retire then? You gonna just say fuck it? He was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm retired. So guess what I did? I rolled up a blunt, nigga. I rolled a blunt, and I said, smoke this and prove to me that you retire, and he won't smoke it. I said, okay. Yeah, but if he smoke a blunt, he gonna be in trouble. He got to get tested.
He going back,
yeah. So if you don't smoke the blunt, that means you planning on getting tested soon. That means you coming back soon. So this is what I'm hoping for real. I'm hoping that once the playoff starts, because they don't get paid in the playoffs. Technically they do. But the Super Bowl winning team gets $100,000. That's to win the Super Bowl. My husband made $600,000 a game last year. A game, Tax. The first game of the playoffs, you make $25,000 if you win. The second game, you make like $40,000. The third game, you make $58,000, and the Super Bowl, you make $100,000. So all four playoff games, you have a chance to make $200,000 about total for 4 games. Look how the NFL doing these players dirty while they making billions of dollars. And so I think that once the playoffs start, when nobody's making money, when your salary don't count, I think that'll make him feel comfortable to play, because then he knows also, like, it's the playoffs, like he's needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important. These games ain't about money. It's about winning, you know? So I'm just hoping that he does it then. Like, he'll go into the playoffs and just sign with one of these teams, and the money won't matter. Because I understand, man, he been underpaid. Even though we got paid a lot of money, he's still been underpaid his whole career. And he takes offense to that because of how good he is, you know? So
Clean cut, man. He not willing to jump on top of a car and call TMZ.
So I just want him to go out happy. You know what I'm saying? He spent his whole life playing for this league and, put his life on the line every week. And his last 6 years, he was miserable, not financially, but as far as like the games. Like he don't just.
Tell Brent retire. Go start hanging out with Meek Mill. You know what I mean?
Hell no. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool on Meek Mill.
Drink some lean and pop some sands. You know what I mean?
He would never. Brent would never take any drugs. That's what's so crazy.
He look like he'll be like, what?
Yes, fuck that nigga Brent. That's why I said, because he said he gonna smoke with me when he retired. He's like, I'm a.
He look like he'd either be like, what the hell is that? Or he'll be like, oh, give me all that shit.
Right. I don't know which one it's gonna be. He fuck around, it turned to a fucking crackhead or something on me, fucking around. I'm over here trying to, but I'll know. I'm telling you.
That was always my dream, like get mad rich and end up a crackhead.
Yo, that's fucking disgusting.
Nah, you got crackheads is happy. People don't know that shit.
You know what my homeboy said about crackheads? Crackheads live longer than vegans.
Crackheads live longer than drug dealers. It's true.
Yo, what's inside that crack that be having them living that long?
Nah, because they surviving, they minding their business. Their only business is crack. They don't got nothing else to do. They ain't washing their ass much. They ain't doing nothing. They just want to smoke crack. So when they get on that mission, ain't that much trouble for them. So if you think about it, you only got one mission in life. So if you cut your mission short, you only got like 3 missions. You might survive long out here.
I just always, when I see crackheads, they look so malnourished and skinny and like they look like they like about to wilt and fall apart, but they be looking like that for like 20 years and just be going strong, walking fast and shit, happy, skipping and whistling and shit.
Imagine if you just let a kid loose, right? He just grows up homeless around the world, just city to city. Those be some of the smartest people you meet.
Yeah, you're right though.
That's you college just on top of college.
Yeah, that's life skills, survival skills. Our time about to be up again.
Yeah, because you know a Brownsville kid can survive at Harvard, but a Harvard kid can't survive in Brownsville.
Facts. Big fucking facts right there.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.